What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Royal Figures Talk Show. Today's episode, man, we're getting into a conversation. Rail or Sharelle Rosado, I believe it's her last name. If I'm wrong, please don't judge me. She is Chad Johnson's fiance. If you don't know who Chad Johnson is, um, he actually is a former NFL player. He's actually on the Nightcap podcast with Shannon Sharp. Um, and this is his fiance, Sharelle. Don't know much about Sharelle, but I wanted to do a reaction video um, based off on her comments about cheating. So let's get right into this topic of conversation, and we'll be back very shortly. All right, so we about to go ahead and start this reaction video, and Sharelle seems like she's on this podcast called Humbled Baddies, something like that, and they're talking about the hard truth about cheating. And let's get into it, man, and let's see what they have to say.
Is cheating okay?
Hell no.
What you mean? Because if you're saying that sex is the basic, that the anchor of a relationship, a marriage, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it's the anchor. I say it's very important. It's a fundamental principle.
So if you're withdrawing sex,
it's a must in a relationship.
It's a must. You think it's a priority?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
Probably the number one.
But what do you mean cheating?
It's just is cheating okay? If you feeling like low key, you're like I'm withdrawing my.
I don't think anybody wants to be cheated on.
No.
But I think people have different responses to it. So some people feel like.
Let me say this. If you're in an exclusive relationship with someone, shouldn't have to break that down to anybody. If you're in an exclusive relationship with someone, you're not sharing. Cheating is not okay. At no point in an exclusive relationship is cheating okay, especially if that is understood in the relationship. At no point in the relationship, cheating is okay. Now, if you signed up to be in an open relationship and it's understood, that's a different story. But if you're in an exclusive relationship, meaning it's mano to mano, it's only me and you, nobody else, cheating is not okay.
Like cheating is just sex to them. So they're like, oh, well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Most men feel
if
that
you
way.
know that your spouse, so let me just add this layer.
Yeah.
If you know your spouse wants it all the time, maybe let's say out of the week, maybe 3 to 4 times out of the week. And, maybe there's a time where you're like, I'm not feeling it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel the difference would be if he might have stepped out or, marriage aside, okay? Because we know everyone is not married and we know everyone's not in that kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you feel the difference between?
I feel she's going about it the wrong way. I feel like what are you saying? Get to the point. You're saying marriages aside, even if the marriage you're in an open relationship, that is between the two people that are in the marriage. If they decide to have an open relationship, then that has to be discussed and it has to be agreement among the two. Because then it's not considered cheating because y'all have communicated that this is what y'all want to do in y'all marriage and y'all have an open relationship. Now, there may be rules and stipulations and guidelines you may have to follow even in an open relationship, but that is something that the two people that are in that marriage or relationship have agreed upon. So what are you saying? Now, if you signed up to be in an exclusive relationship and you're not in an open relationship and the man goes out to cheat or the woman goes out to cheat, that's wrong. Period. I don't care if you're having, if you're having sex 2 times a week, 5 times a week, 10 times a week, if they step out of that relationship and have sex with somebody else, that is wrong, especially if there has not been no type of communication or conversation of an agreement that it's okay for you to step out that relationship.
Between if cheating is okay because you're not giving that physical intimacy that's needed, and maybe he wants it all the time, and you withdraw from that,
And you basically push that person away. It doesn't have to be a him or her. It doesn't have to be
I
gender.
think that cheating is wrong, period, because you have a choice. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's holding holding you up with a gun to your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need sex that bad that you need to go outside of our relationship,
it's almost low key an issue.
Yeah, there's something wrong, there's an issue, and you have a choice.
And not only that you need help, I would take it a step further. Like, don't be in a relationship. Don't be in a relationship. If you know you already need to have sex with other people outside the person that you're with, don't be in a committed relationship. Better yet, let that person know. You'll be surprised. That person might be open for you to doing that if you're honest and straight up from the get-go. See, a lot of times people be playing these games. People be playing these games and be lying to themselves and lying to the person that they with, and knowing good damn well that they are not ready for a committed relationship at all. So be straight up from the get-go in a relationship, because you're going to find yourself, it's going to be better for you in the long run and in the short term. Be straight up. Whoop-de-whoop. I have these needs, and I already know I'm not going to be just committed to you. I want to be able to step out, with who I want to step out with and have relations with. And it's up to that person if that's something that person's okay with or not. If that person's okay with it, then y'all have an agreement. If that person's not okay with it, then you have the option whether I don't want to be in that relationship. Let's be adults. Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna stop you. Like, I can't, obviously, like, you have your own free will. It's not up to me. If you want to go out and have sex with other people, I think that's my husband calling me right now. But yeah,
Maybe
so I just feel
downstairs.
like, cheating to me is wrong, period.
I agree with
there's
that.
no like ifs, ands, or buts about it, because at the end of the day, even being a married woman, it's at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper that we sign. Like, that's not going to stop you from doing whatever you want to do. So if you want to go out and you want to be with somebody else, like, that's on you. That's your decision. You have your free will to do that. And if you do that, that doesn't mean that I agree with it. If I decide to stay through that, that doesn't mean that I agree with it either. But I don't agree with it, period.
I don't think anyone agrees with it.
Yeah.
I've been in a place where I've been cheated on, and I've been in a place where I had the tit for tat and said, fuck it. And I'm going to
That's a good
give it to you. So
interesting, Sharelle.
Did you do it because strictly you just wanted to get back at him, or you really just wanted to have sex with somebody else? Like,
no, I felt like I had enough. I was at the end of I had enough.
But have you ever, in any of your relationships, have you ever just wanted to like be with somebody else? Like, you're in a relationship, you love this person you're in a relationship with, but you want to
venture off,
dip your toe in somebody else.
Us as women, our answer will be different, because we are emotional creatures. And I feel like, when I was younger, I used to have the tit for tat mentality, and I cheated on my ex-husband with Chad.
Really?
I wouldn't say
What? What? Did y'all get that, chat? She said that she cheated on her ex-husband with Chad. The man that she's with now, her fiance, Chad Johnson. She cheated on her ex-husband, who was her husband at the time, with Chad Johnson. Come on, man. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. See, now that you have dry snitched on yourself and you have made this public for everyone to hear it and see it, now you open yourself for people to judge you. And now you have even affected your current relationship with Chad Johnson. This is so many layers here, because now Chad Johnson more than likely knew that he was messing around with a married woman. Chad Johnson knew he was messing around with a married woman. Rael, you knew that it was wrong, but like you said, you was tick for tack, because two wrongs don't make a right. You went and cheated on your husband at the time with another man and coming back home. Come on, man. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I look at Sharelle in a totally different light now. Totally different light. Totally different light now. There's no way in hell anybody could tell me what she did was right. She was dead wrong. Disrespectful to your husband. And you and Chad Johnson was disrespectful to yourselves, because both of y'all was wrong. Both of y'all was wrong.
Cheat because I mentally checked out.
I understand. So you were almost done with that relationship.
I was done.
So you were
I
done
was
with
mentally checked out.
So if you was mentally checked out and you was done, get a divorce. If you was done with that marriage, get a divorce. That way it releases you from that marriage, and it gives you an opportunity to start over, and you could do things how you want to do it. See, this the problem. This is a problem. This is how, let me tell you something. This is how people can get hurt. This is how people get hurt, because we are not mature enough to exit out relationships. We are not mature enough to have an exit strategy so you can exit out the relationship the right way. If things don't work out, that's okay. If the marriage don't work out, that's okay. Get your separation, get your ducks in a row, get your affairs in order, file for divorce, get divorced, and move on with your life.
And I grew an emotional attach. So it was like I was already sexually, physically attracted to him. So it just made it even better.
But see, that doesn't feel like tit for tat. It just feels like you was done. And
what you mean you don't feel like it was tick for tag? It is. Even if, especially if the husband was cheating, you're doing tick for tack. Two wrongs don't make a right. Come on. What are we talking about here? That's tick for tack. That's if the husband was cheating. If the husband was cheating, she had enough of it. She goes out and cheat. Now, if the husband was not cheating, that's wrong. That is wrong, but it's still kind of tick for tack, because she already said that she was mentally checked out. So it was something else that the husband was doing that she mentally checked out of that marriage. And she did a tick for tack by going out and being sexually attracted. So she allowed her lustful desires to come into play, lusting after another man when she's committed already to a man, which is her husband. That's effed up.
And somebody else caught your attention.
But at the age I'm at now, I felt like it was wrong, because I should have ended that relationship fully.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was younger, and at that time, I was focused on myself and trying to get over everything that I went through. And if I would go back, I probably wouldn't have did what I did, but it happened. I don't, I can't go back and change it.
Does that affect your relationship now?
With us?
Yeah.
Of course.
So do you feel like Chad may not trust you as much because he knows you was with another?
I wouldn't say it doesn't affect Chad and our relationship, because I told him the reason why I did what I did. But it does affect my ex-husband and our
Bro, Chad, bro, fam, damn, Chad. Well, what are we doing, man? What are we doing, yo? She said it doesn't affect your relationship between you and Chad Johnson. Chad, I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now. It appears. What makes you think she won't do that to you, Chad? Let me tell you something, man. If a relationship does not start right, it will not end right. Telling y'all now. Telling y'all think this is a game. I'm telling you, this is why it's important. Karma is a what? You know what karma is. Karma is a and if you don't start things the right way in your relationship, it will not end the right way because it doesn't have a solid foundation to stand on. Period.
our relationship. We do have a child together, and
So you're
Oh my
co-parenting.
God.
co-parenting, it does affect a lot. We don't communicate at all.
Yeah.
I bought my son a phone. That's how we communicate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all don't even have a healthy co-parenting relationship based off on you going out there cheating with another man while you was married, breaking up your happy home, your union, your covenant you made to your husband. You go out there and cheating with another man, coming back home. My God. Woo! Yee! That's crazy. You don't even have a healthy co-parent relationship. She said, chat, that she had to buy a phone for her son. They don't even communicate. When I say they, Rael and her ex-husband don't even communicate at all. She had to buy their child, because it's not just her child, their child that they created together. She had to buy him a phone so she can have some type of outlet to talk to their son.
But it's hard to really explain to him, because as a man, their pride is very hard. It's like,
I understand.
you basically, I took care of things you should have, but they don't see what they do.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Rael. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Take accountability. Take accountability. Don't try to spend it now and try to put it off on the man. This is something that you willingly wanted to talk about. Sit in it. Sit in it. I don't know of what alpha man, heterosexual man that's going to sit here and be okay after you break a man's heart like that. You go out here and cheat with another man, and you think that it's supposed to be okay for a man to accept that. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
look at what you do, that one thing that you do, and you're the worst person ever.
Yeah. Yep. Because men can't take it. They can't take it.
They can't take what they did.
Exactly. They cannot take it.
On the other end of things, I feel like people have to understand, and now I realize this now, that people have like just relationships, not just, you know, sexual or just intimate relationships, friendships, corporate relationships, whatever. It's an expiration date. And I'm saying that to say that, like, we have to be, you know, put our big pants on and just say, you know what? This is not fulfilling me in some kind of way. This is not helping me out. This is not helping me reach my goals.
Listen, y'all. I want y'all, I want to say this because it's so very important to understand that if you are unhappy in a marriage, in a relationship, be an adult about it. If you want to stay in that relationship, work on your relationship. Work on yourself while you're in a relationship, whether it's that through counseling, therapy, whatever it takes. You have to work on it. Marriages that last long periods of time, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 plus years, they work on their marriage and they work on themselves continuously. There are often times when you're in a relationship, you don't remain the same. This is why it's so very important to have constant communications. Constantly. This is why it's so very important to have gratifications sexually, trying to work on y'all's sexual life together. It's so very important. Spice it up. Foreplay. Love languages. These things are very vital in a relationship, but let me be very clear. What Rael did to her husband was wrong. Now, she did say some things that, you know what I'm saying, they don't be, you know, that she was trying to allude that the husband did some things, but she didn't say anything about him cheating or anything like that. But what we do know is what you said. You cheated on your husband then with Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson, come on, bro. You mean to tell me you didn't know that this girl was married? You didn't know? Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't do this. And then it appears one can look at it and say you broke up a happy home. Come on, man. Come on. You didn't do it. You didn't handle it the right way, Rael. Gee, man. You open yourself up for this type of judgment because you put it out there. You got a podcast and now you put this information out there because I didn't even know this about you. But you willfully brought this information out there. And now this is why you want to have people like myself doing reaction video based off on what you said you did. I don't support it. I don't like it. And I look at her in a totally different way because who's to say you won't do that to Chad Johnson? Who's to say? Have you changed? You said you changed, but we know those are your characteristics. Who's to say when you get unhappy or when you mentally check out? Because let me tell you something, Rael. Let me tell you something. In marriage, there are going to probably be times that you feel like you done checked out. Hell, it may be times that you have checked out. But the successful marriages even tell you, you stick and stay. I may have checked out. I may not even like my spouse, but I'm still in love with them. I maybe hate them at the time. I may be so mad and frustrated with them. I may not talk to them for 24 hours. but I still don't go cheat because that's a covenant that I made with my wife. That's a covenant that I made that we have a union, we have a family together. And I'm not going to break that trust because I made a commitment to you. So no matter what we come up against or how I feel, that does not change the fact that I love you to life. And that does not change the fact that we are married. That does not change the fact that I am committed to you and only you, no matter how I feel, no matter what we're going through. I'm still committed to you. Woo! Real, that's effed up. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section right now, chat. Men, women, let me know. I want to see and read all of your comments. I want to know your thoughts on this situation. Y'all already know what it is. You already know my motto. Keep your head on the swivel. And always, if you have a great day, but if you're not having a great day, don't go messing up somebody else's day. Stay tuned to the next episode of Royal Figures. Take care.